My name is Cleopatra Haynes, and today we're going to be talking about stress management. The organization that I work for has a saying that goes, mission first, people always. And basically it means that while the organization has its own set of goals and objectives, it has to make its people a priority. When its people are managing its personal and work-related stress, then they have a better capacity to help the organization reach those goals that it set. So first, we're going to talk about what stress is. Stress is your body's way of handling demands or threats. It's a response that releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. It causes your heart to beat faster, enhances your focus, and makes your senses become sharper. So stress can be a good thing. It can allow you to reach goals and objectives that you weren't previously able to do just because of the heightened situation and your body's response to it. But once stress gets past the point of your comfort level, then stress stops being helpful and starts causing major damage to your body and your mind. So here are some ways that stress can negatively affect the body. A negative reaction to stress is known as distress, and this can cause headaches, upset stomach, high blood pressure, chest pain, and insomnia. It can also worsen existing conditions that you may have. Some common illnesses that are exacerbated by stress are diabetes, asthma, depression, anxiety, arthritis, and some skin conditions. Over time, unmanaged stress can lead to vision problems, fluctuations in weight, gastrointestinal, and musculoskeletal health issues. There are two main types of stress that I'm going to talk about today, being personal and work-related. First, personal stress can come from relationships, financial issues, and lack of sleep. They can result in feelings of helplessness, hopelessness, depression, heightened sensitivity to criticism, defensiveness, and resentment. Work-related stress can come from heavy workloads, long commutes, and fear of downsizing. These can result in a lack of loyalty to the company, paranoia about job security, quick temper, and lack of self-esteem. Now here are some ways that negative stress can affect the organization as a whole. OSHA declared stress a hazard of the workplace, and it can negatively affect work performance. This can manifest in difficulty to focus on complex issues or ideas, feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, which can result in a failure to meet deadlines and an inability to focus in meetings. It can even affect your memory. It can result in employees losing interest in their work and not even caring whether they do a good job or not. It can also lead to missed time from work, and these result in dissatisfaction that ultimately affects the organization's ability to meet its goals and objectives. There's also a monetary cost to poor stress management. Stress causes American industry to spend more than $300 billion every year. This comes from costs related to absenteeism, accidents, and loss of productivity. 75 to 90% of all doctor's office visits are for stress-related ailments and complaints. This also causes an increase in payouts for company-sponsored health insurance programs. It also can cause a high turnover rate and result in feeling unfulfilled and overworked that can cause employees to seek new employment or even consider early retirement. This causes decreases in production and increases in costs associated with recruiting, hiring, and training new workers. This can also affect prospective employees because they may hear that the turnover rate is so high due to a stressful work environment, and this can deter qualified candidates from accepting positions with the company. There are trends in stress management. Employees are starting to analyze stress management issues more and more. They're seeing the value that it holds. Studies show that organizations with an increase in personal dilemma, a decrease in financial reward and autonomy, a decrease in supervisor support resulted in an overall decrease in work performance. According to Fortune, wellness at work is the latest trend. About 60% of U.S. companies now offer some type of wellness initiative to its employees. They're creating and implementing these kinds of programs, and it's turning into a $6 billion a year business. The Affordable Care Act even includes provisions to encourage the growth of these types of companies. American Journal of Preventive Medicine conducted a study, and it concluded that every 20 minutes someone commits suicide in the United States. This is important to organizations and their bottom line because more than 1,700 employees committed suicide in the workplace between 2003 and 2010. A 2010 analysis estimated the price of depression to be around $210.5 billion. The future of stress management, companies are seeing the need to reduce employee stress. They're understanding that it improves the work environment and also improves the bottom line. The future of these programs in the workplace appear to be solid. Supervisors are being trained to avoid outcomes of negative stress. Companies are implementing online stress assessments that create action plans based on results. Spike in the incidence of reported stress among employees in recent years and its impact on the bottom line has made management of stress an urgent business strategy for American companies. When it comes to my own stress management issues, I try to make sure I maintain a healthy diet. I drink lots of water. I try to eat as clean as I possibly can. My diet includes lots of fiber. I also try to maintain a high level of physical activity. I also try to foster relationships at work and at home because you'll need a support system when you're not feeling your best. It's important to adapt these and other healthy lifestyle choices that promote a good sense of stress management skills and to pass these on to the employees that work for you. It's also important to create an environment where we support each other at work and also where we can lessen the workload for one another if one person is stressed or overworked. Not everyone is able to vocalize their need to have their workload lessened, so it's important to be able to identify when a person needs the extra help. So looking for personality changes and researching what those look like in different people can be very important and very helpful. It's also important to research suicide prevention hotlines as well as stress management websites to keep yourself and your employees informed. Because as I've stated, stress management is important for the environment that you work in and also for your organization's bottom line. This has been Cleopatra Haynes and my views on stress management. Thank you.